everybody. How you all doing today? Are you ready for another episode of the Shaved and Unshaved podcast? / talk show / hot topic hour. Hopefully everybody's doing well out there. Selfie stick action. I'm afraid the wind is going to be a little too much. I got my fresh new $10 sweater from the Thrift store. Lots of thrifting this weekend. I bought 3 albums. Juluka, South African beats. Billy Bragg, Save the Youth of America. And Blazing Fire. T-shirts and this small ass hoodie. So I'm gonna get right into it. The other day I watched Joey Diaz speak with Kate Quigley, comedian, beautiful young talented girl. She supposedly overdosed on a bad batch of cocaine that was laced with fentanyl. Fuquan Johnson died. I think 3 people died in total. Really get the whole gist of the situation, but she's in hospital, probably got administered some Suboxone or an opiate blocker, which eventually saved her life. Yeah, devastating. Sad to hear. But the reason that I can't help but comment on this situation is drugs are bad. Okay. Yeah, whatever. Is I just watched the Joey Diaz podcast, Joey's Joint with Kate, where her boobs were hanging out for an hour. And she seemed like she was in good spirits, talking about the pandemic and stealing ice cream and popcorn from CVS. But it just strikes me as odd because Joey always brings up his coke addiction, and she kind of bypassed the conversation, claiming to be a good girl. And then this happened just a few days later. I mean, a lot of people have addictions and struggle with sobriety. It's an awful tragedy when people are passing away from drugs like fentanyl that they weren't aware they were ever going to do. I mean, you go to get sped up, a little bit of blow, which I've never done in my life. Maybe inadvertently. But I've never purchased cocaine. Not like I'm trying to take the moral high ground here or anything, but that's just the truth. Shit happens though, and I don't think when I grew up I ever had to worry about smoking heroin in a joint that was laced or whatnot, especially not fentanyl. That is one hell of a strong opiate. I mean, it's been in the news. We've heard lots of stories of people passing away. They claim it's an epidemic. But yeah, getting back to Kate and the devastating effects of an opiate overdose can be probably pretty scary, whether there's brain damage or never waking up again. My heart goes out to her. I mean, I haven't been writing any new material lately, but we're all struggling in this world, one thing or another. I'm on my way for my nicotine re-up. Yeah, it's scary as all fuck, to be completely honest. But anyway, getting back to watching Joey's joint, couldn't help but think maybe he triggered her into using a little bit of the nose candy. I know when you just bring up the word cocaine with somebody with a cocaine addiction, it triggers the dopamine response or euphoria that could trigger an addict to use again. I mean, I got no problem with drugs. People can do whatever the fuck they want. I do have a problem with people taking drugs that they don't know about and inadvertently nearly killing themselves. And it's terrible that a couple of funny young individuals have passed away from someone's negligent act in order to profit or further addict somebody. I guess fentanyl's so cheap that they mix it with blow in order to get some return customers. I mean, I'm so far out of that game. I'm really happy to be where I'm at today. I mean, those weren't my issues. But when you live in that LA lifestyle, I'm sure it could come back to bite you in the ass, like it has so many of our idols throughout time. It just really makes me wonder, because in Joey's joint, Kate keeps mentioning Hunter Biden and how she's been hanging out with him a lot. It just caught me as kind of odd that she's been going over to the son's house of the President of the United States when she clearly has some addiction issues. And if you've been following any of the alternative media and how they've been talking about Hunter Biden being a crack addict and all this shit, it becomes a bit of a conflict of interest, to say the least. So yeah, living in the same area as Hunter, and all fucked up on drugs, may not be the best career choice, even though it's clearly benefited those people financially in the groups that they hang out with. It hasn't been the best life choices. I know I'm kind of ranting, and I'm going to turn it off while the cars are going by. People make all sorts of radical choices in life. It pains me to see young, talented people being so fucked up that they end up laying in a hospital bed. Back in the superstar. I mean, I've been smoking so much lately. I feel like my lungs are gonna fucking collapse on me. I'm gonna keep this one short today. I really hope the wind isn't messing with the microphone. But yeah, as I was thrifting buying $10 t-shirts, people were out partying and got themselves into some trouble. The great Canadian superstar. It's Labor Day, so I hope our local smoke shop's open. Gonna watch some Kill Tony tonight, maybe shoot the Kill Discord podcast with my good buddy Yonder Wizard. Usually Creco of Screwball Whiskey, the number one peanut butter whiskey, is usually on there. And Wacky Dave Sarah. Well, here I'm gonna go inside and we'll talk to you right away. Maybe do a costume change. Open for business. Operation Black Lung complete. Oh, I got another haircut. Show off my beautiful locks. Bought this sweet Korean t-shirt. Yuri, Yuri, Yuri. Why would you need 20 cases of tomatoes? Just don't get it. People the oddest things. All these beautiful new mothers. I'm sure lots of kids were born during the pandemic. What Biggie was talking about when they say, I love it when you call me Big Papa. Yeah, so I guess that's the news of the day. Kate Quigley overdoses. Poor chick. Just wanted to get high and got fucked up. Oh, look out, be alert, walk safe, save the 100. How many people get hurt by cars? Soon we'll all be wearing helmets when we leave the house. I'm not liking, my hands are too small. I'm not really liking the selfie stick. I mean, now that I got the two, I'm thinking of doing a bunch of angles and cutting some video together for y'all. I think yellow is a happy color on me. Went to the mall yesterday. There was about 10,000 people. Supposedly the government put into effect the health passport and ID check. So I went out for a burger and a Coke on Friday night, and they were denying people entry into the restaurant if they weren't vaccinated or had proof of vaccination. So I found it pretty interesting that when I went to the mall, a lot of the same things were supposed to be implemented, and to my regret, no, it was free range. Went and ate some rotten Ronnies. Same thing, they had the signs up claiming that you had to show proof of vaccination, and they had every obese person in the city standing at the trough waiting for their food. So even though I'm vaccinated, I really don't want to catch the Delta variant. It would not be fun. I'm wearing the most Korean shirt I've ever owned because it's made in Korea. I mean, they've got great beauty products, so maybe their clothing is just as great. Well, walking around the mall, we could go poke our heads in here, see if somebody's living in this van. No, curiosity killed the cat. Hopefully it doesn't kill the stosh. No dead bodies? No dead bodies. I mean, it's a van, and what a van. Wow. But really, I should have been out walking earlier today. Never really got the chance to. I've been wasting my time sitting around at home, drinking coffee and smoking cigarettes like a fool. Yeah, so sad news. I'm just wondering if anyone else finds it odd that after shooting a podcast with Joey Diaz, Kate Quigley ended up having a drug overdose. I mean, you never know. And I would hate to trigger anyone out there to go do something stupid and test their fate. Snorting powder up their nose that they didn't know what it was. But god damn, such a beautiful, young, talented person. Getting so messed up. Here, let's see if I got it. I'll show you, I've been working on this character. 'Cause there's a comedy radio station, and the guy talks like this. And I found that if I talk like this, it makes my jokes a little more funny. I don't know if you guys can handle hearing somebody have a voice that's this annoying, but I don't know about you, but I think it might be my new character. So, the other day, an old lady stopped me and asked me why I'm standing in this field while the thunderstorm's going off, and I replied, I'm just looking for some enlightenment. That's been your comedy minute of the day. So yeah. Oh yeah, you know, eh? I don't know, maybe I should be saying all my podcasts just like this. Because it seems people find it funny when I talk like this. But I mean, it's not my natural voice, but it still seems pretty funny if you ask me. It garners a lot of looks from people. Well, golly gee. Hey, did you hear about the news story about the whale at Marineland? Said he was a real killer. So here I'll do my shame game. God damn you, Joey Diaz. Triggered that beautiful young girl to go and snort blow with a bunch of people laced with fentanyl. You could have fucking given her words of inspiration to not go and fucking pound lines up her nose. Instead, you always make it about yourself and what you've been through, but you don't realize that other people are going through shit too, man. And that's been your message for Joey Diaz for one day. beautiful people, the beautiful people. Okay. Well, let's try something new. I'll be right back. Well, I haven't done any of this shit in a long time, but here we go. Cartwheel. Handstand. And that's how out of shape I've been. This has been the Gymnastics Minute with a young Stosh. Woo. Sorry to make you all dizzy. Yeah. That's about as much exercise as I can get for the next 36 to 48 hours. Ooh, I could tell you all that I've been trying to make sourdough bread. So you start with 100 grams of flour and 100 grams of warm water. You remove 50% of the starter each day and feed it 100 grams flour and 100 grams water. Or you can do 80, I guess, so you're not always increasing the size of your starter, but generally that's what you do. And I started my first one on the 27th and then got the brilliant idea to put it in a warm oven at like 70 degrees to try to reactivate the yeast and rising of the dough. And I gotta say, it didn't really work out too well. It just turned into a brick. A couple people having a picnic at the park. Park picnic 2021. Woo! So we're into September, October, November, December. 3/4 of the year already gone. And yeah, it's been pretty uneventful. I'm hoping maybe we can go to like Angola or French Guyana, maybe Panama, or some crazy place like that. Just felt a raindrop. Maybe I'm just spitting while I'm talking. Spit hot fire. It's my desire. Give it a try, yeah. But yeah, I would really like to do some adventures and take you all with me. Show you the lovely people and places of the world from a small town boy's perspective. I watched the Rick James documentary last night, which was pretty interesting. Learned some information. I don't want to spoil it for anybody, but who knew Rick James? Such a talented individual. Another cultural icon who seemingly overdosed and passed away. It's kind of funny because mushroom. Oh. Mushroom. Yeah, every time I saw Rick James in this documentary, I couldn't help but think how close Dave Chappelle resembled Rick James in that skit. Like, to a T. When you would see Rick James himself, you would almost think, wait, is that Dave Chappelle? I mean, earlier in the day, I was listening to MC Hammer's Can't Touch This as well. So ironically, I didn't realize that Can't Touch This was a sample of Rick James' Super Freak. She's a very kinky lady. This is my buddy. Just out for a walk together. Now, if you're wondering why I'm not walking on the path, I think it induces the feeling of eating, hearing the crunch, crunch, crunch the whole time. I'm just gonna do a couple loops, and head home, maybe get a bike ride in tonight. Oh, that's my other buddy. Call him the bounty hunter. I don't know who that lady is. He's walking. Yeah. Overall, life's good. So, my sourdough. 100 grams flour, 100 grams water. And then just do that for a week straight, removing half of it each day to increase the yeast, the natural yeast. And this one, I made 2, so I think I'm on day 3. Maybe I'll give you an update. It smells awful by day 7, so whatever I did on that last one, I don't think it was very good. Started having a little bit of mold grow on it. I'm gonna try keeping it in a dark area. It was just on the counter before, but who knows which way the wind blows. I'm really envious of all these people and their dogs. I think I really need a dog. It's for some friends. Maybe I just need some, what were those things called you'd buy in comic books? Sea people? It was like a shrimp. Oh, what were they called? Sea monkeys. Of course. Probably just need some sea monkeys. I mean, I can barely feed the fish. Never mind feed a dog every single day. If my well-being wasn't any better than it is, I'd probably turn to a friendly canine companion. Super freak, she's super freaking. Okay, I'm gonna spoil it. If you haven't watched the Rick James documentary, go ahead and turn it on. But he was a draft dodger. He ended up coming to Canada, getting in a fight, and being saved by Robbie Robinson and Bob Dylan's crew, what most people know as the Last Waltz creators, the band. And he lived in a house with Neil Young, so there's a bit of a Winnipeg connection, which was really cool. Just having a picnic in the park. I mean, I kind of miss the pandemic. People giving each other space, taking advantage of outdoor parks, just doing their thing, enjoying life. As you should be. Don't get out there, breathe some fresh air. Stay away from that fentanyl-laced cocaine. Maybe start some sourdough bread. You can participate and come along in this adventure. I'm gonna go settle in, open up a chocolate bar, pour myself a coffee, and watch some Kill Tony. Live from the Vulcan in Austin, Texas. Other news this week was Jose Rogan had the COVID, which seems like a false negative. As much as I liked watching Joe, I thought in order to get all those unvaccinated people who follow him vaccinated, whoa, walking all over. Wait, you can tell me if I got a bald spot. You got a bald spot here? Yeah, it would have been nice to see Joe with a ventilator tube shoved down his throat. Maybe he wouldn't be telling people they don't need to get vaccinated, especially with school starting this week. We got all these dummies not taking the advice of medical professionals, which I am not. But hey, free injectables? Cue Rick Glassman's uncle's injection. New hit song. Shout out Rick Glassman. And yeah, I don't think Joey Diaz had any ill intent when it was discussing cocaine use with Kate Quigley. But I did find it really interesting how closely, or or in how close of contact she was with Senior Biden's son, who is also known to have various drug issues. I mean, stick to the psychedelics. If anything, it gives you a little induced insanity with some tracers. Doesn't just pump up your ego and make you feel like a sketch bag wanting more and more. But yeah, be careful doing shit out there. You never know who's trying to hook you. I mean, that's probably the job of most drug dealers, is to hook their customers on the drugs that they're trying to sell. But yeah, 3 people are dead. That's a terrible tragedy. Hopefully next time I'll have something better to talk about. Like sourdough bread. Okay, y'all. Till later. No soliciting, and beware of the dog. It doesn't really live here. Bye. Till next time.